I think leadership is a really learnable skill, and I think people of really different personalities and skills and traits can find ways to be good leaders. So if I speak for just for me, it wouldn't necessarily be true for anybody else, but just for me, I became a better leader when it finally got through my thick skull that not everybody was just like me, and that not everybody liked to communicate the way I like to communicate, and not everybody needed what I needed. One thing I think is really important for me being able to lead at all is an unrealistic amount of self-confidence. Like, I always think I can accomplish something. Like, I'm just quite sure I could get this done. If you told me I had to fly a rocket 1 year from today, I bet I could figure it out. Like, that might actually be wrong, but my default is like, yes, I could do it. Now, that's something I like about myself, but thank goodness I also have a sense of humor about myself, because if I were that confident without a self-humor, I feel like I'd be a pretty awful person to spend any time with. And so those are two things that are important for me.
Listening is absolutely the most important communication skill, because listening lets the outside world in. It's easy for us to get tied up in our own heads. You should do this because it's a humanely good thing to do. You want to be listened to as well. You want to feel that somebody gets what your concerns are, what your reservations, what your ideas are. But it also has tremendous strategic value, because you can actually figure out how to persuade a person or how to make things go better by figuring out what it is, where their fears are, where their concerns are, or that you can do things that will be meaningful to them that aren't necessarily the thing that they would have imagined themselves, but they discover satisfies their purposes.
I think the most important quality, and because in my job, I've got a number of leaders that work for me. So they have the skill sets, or at least the Army, as they've promoted them, my subordinates have said they should be effective enough. They have the skill sets to make the next rank, and they're put in positions of authority. But the quality that I see the difference maker is passion. But you do need passion for mission, and you need to be able to somehow transfer that to your subordinates so they become excited about the organizational mission also.
A couple additional things that I would add to what's already been said is following through. That is one of the main things I think that my staff, or anyone who knows me directly, knows that when they come to me with something or a project that's given to me or something that needs to get done, the follow through, the execution, implementation, and sustainability of something getting done, I think is one of the most critical qualities of a good leader. In addition to that, one of the things I hate, and I think is one of the most important things that you can do as a leader, is when there is a question asked of me that I don't know the answer to, I do not send that person away to 2 to 3 or 4 other people to figure out what it is they are figuring out, because I take ownership for that. I say, wow, I don't know the answer to that. I need to know the answer to that. I might know who knows the answer. I always ask to be looped back with, so that the next time that question comes to me, but more so what I do is take it upon myself to go and find that answer, bring it back to that person, and disseminate that information to the broader audience, because it's likely that somebody else has the question.